Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am your host Eric, and today I am going to be potting these plants. I already have my setup here. I add water to this, so as I'm potting, these plants can soak up the water that they need, so that the soil is not dry while you're putting them in here, and that way they have a better time surviving. You got to know what you're getting here. Make sure you have all your labels. Okay, this is an early girl tomato. Let's see, this is my container here. Okay, I'm putting it about halfway. There's 2 tomatoes on here. I don't need both of them. As you can see, there are 2 of them here, so let me put this here. Might make it easier for everybody to see. Okay, I don't need 2 of these, so I'm only going to put 1 in here. Okay, and then as you know, on the tomatoes, you want to plant them a little deeper. Okay. I don't know if you can see it, but that's my label. And that is how I do this. And while I'm planting the rest, that is soaking in. You want to be gentle when you're putting them in. Like I said, you don't want to tamp it too hard. Don't worry if it goes to the side. It will straighten itself up, or you can straighten it out if you want. And the process is going to be for all of them. To be careful when you're doing this, because you don't want to kill your plants. Like I said, you just gotta make sure everything is labeled so you know what it is that you're putting in here. I try to put them in the same row. Any extras that you have, you can sell. You can see this one has two of them also. I don't need two, at least not on the same. Slightly tamp it. And these are all going to grow very strong. On the tomatoes, you can plant them deeper because they grow extra roots. If you look at the tomato plants, I know you can't see them right now because they're kind of small. But on here on the stem, they have little hairs. And these little hairs turn into roots when you plant them in deep. That way, if you have leggy tomato seeds, leggy tomato seeds is usually because they're not getting enough sun, enough light. Usually the light is too high. And the plant struggles to just move it around. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you planted it deep because that's just going to grow more roots to become a bigger and better plant. So you can have more tomatoes. See, this one has two again. Most of them have two. I always overseed because you never know how many are going to come out. And like I said, you can always sell these, any extra plants that you have. You know, sell them for $1, $2, depending on how big the plant is. And this is pretty much how you up pot all your seeds. Obviously, this is not all the seeds that I'm doing. I'm doing a lot more. This is only what I am doing right now. These are all the same. These are all the same tomatoes, which is why I'm putting them all in one line, and there's only one tag. And that's okay, because when you're done here, you can add on tags. You can even put tape. And write on it, so you can put what type of plant it is. Like I said, you don't want to tamp them too hard. You just want to tamp them hard enough. Just a light tamping so that there's no air. That is one thing you do not need, is to have air pockets, because then your plants will struggle. Okay, just a light tap. That's all that you need. Okay, and that's all the early girl tomatoes that I've planted. I do have more seeds here, more plants that I'm going to do. Which the next one is Italian basil. That is the reason why you want to label. Obviously, the basil is a different type of plant, and it grows differently, looks different. So you do know the difference. You want to be very gentle. Now, on these basil plants, these you don't want to plant any deeper. This one has two of them in growing in. Like I said, I always overseed. don't want to cover the plant. You want it to continue to grow. And then you put your tag on it. This way you know how many you're growing. I know some people have a hard time with this. That one doesn't have nothing in it. Look at this one. This one has more than one. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plants in it. And I do not need all those 7 plants. Okay, now you got to separate your plants here, which is hard to do, but it can be done. There we go. You just want there. I know it's hard to see. But this is how I do it. Everybody has their own way of doing things. It is up to you how you want to plant your seeds, how you want to do it. This is just my way. Whether it's right or wrong, doesn't matter as long as it works. I know there are other people who have better ways, and if you want to follow their ways, you are more than welcome to do it. Okay, I'm going to finish planting the rest, but this is pretty much how you up pot your plants, because you don't want them to get root bound while you're waiting for the ground to be workable for you to be able to plant your stuff outside, while you're waiting for the last frost, which here in my zone 9B, it's not until May 4th. So if you like my videos, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the next video. Thank you very much.